We have all heard about the midlife crisis at least once, but what about the quarter-life crisis? It is still a lesser-known phenomenon when compared to the more common and popular midlife crisis. Quarter life is indeed real and a problem that several young people have faced. 1. What is a quarter-life crisis? Similar to the more widely recognized midlife crisis, the quarter-life crisis is a period of uncertainty and questioning that typically occurs when people feel trapped, uninspired and disillusioned during their mid-20s to early 30s. It is defined by clinical psychologist Alex Falk as a period of insecurity, doubt and disappointment surrounding your career, relationships and financial situation. There are the 5 phases of the quarter-life crisis. Phase 1. A feeling of being trapped by your life choices. Feeling as though you are living your life on autopilot. Phase 2. A growing sense of I've got to get out and the feeling that you can change your life. Phase 3. Quitting the job or relationship or whatever else is making you feel trapped and embarking on a timeout period where you try out new experiences to find out who you want to be. Phase 4. Rebuilding your life. Phase 5. Developing new commitments more attuned to your interests and aspirations. 2. 9 signs of a quarter-life crisis. Common symptoms are feelings of being lost, scared, lonely or confused about what steps to take in early adulthood. You may be having a quarter-life crisis if 1. You are feeling down all the time, like you can't really laugh and be happy. 2. You feel like you have an emotional sad aura that you carry with you all the time. 3. You feel lost and lonely, wandering about with no purpose. 4. You wish you came from a rich family, so you could just quit your job and figure out your true passion is. 5. You are questioning what you're doing every moment of your day. 6. You are wondering what's the point of living life doing something you don't love. 7. You want to find work that doesn't feel like work but is a life's passion. 8. You feel like there should be a higher calling, or an idea, a business or a job where everything clicks. 9. You try to be a responsible adult so you don't quit your job. 3. What causes a quarter-life crisis? A quarter-life crisis is going to look a little different depending on the individual, but for many, it comes down to the disillusionment of young adulthood. 1. The discrepancy between expectations and reality. Once someone has spent a bit of time in the real world, they can begin to feel lost, whether it be in their careers, in their personal lives, or in their communities. Many people experience dramatic upheaval, change, and disappointment during this time of their lives, which can lead them to feeling overwhelmed, unsure of themselves, and so much more. This can be especially true if someone had a firm idea of who they wanted to be or what they wanted to do career-wise, only to get there and realize it wasn't actually the right fit for them. It can be really devastating to find the reality of a job is very different than what they envisioned it to be. 2. Peer pressure and comparison. Have you asked yourself the questions like, am I in the right career? When will I ever have kids of my own? How long does it take to find the right partner? Am I a loser for not acting my age? Why is everyone around me getting married and kids? Why am I behind everyone else when it comes to responsibility? Why haven't I got my own apartment yet? Peer pressure and comparison can be big triggers of quarter-life crises as well, such as seeing friends advance in their careers or get married. There can be a sense of why isn't that happening for me? What's wrong with me? Unlike a midlife crisis, which tends to be more centered on running out of time, a quarter-life crisis implies an urgency to figure out how to even get to that midlife point in a way that works for them. 4. How to overcome the crisis. Firstly, acknowledge that you're trying to design your life meaningfully at such an early age. It's vastly better than having a midlife crisis at 50 and feeling regretful at wasting the last 25 years. Here's what you can do to find a semblance of balance. 1. Get support. If you are experiencing persistent depression, seek support from a mental health professional. It's also important to lean on your own support system, whether you confide in friends or family members. It's important to remember that you have to figure out what's truly best for you, not your parents, your friends, or society at large. Do not look to other people to dictate what the next steps of your life should be. 2. Try new things. Give yourself permission to try things, to test the waters in terms of who you're dating, or different careers, to allow yourself to take this one piece at a time and treat it as an experiment. This is how you'll figure out what works and what doesn't. 3. Be patient and positive. Simply being patient and positive with yourself and giving yourself compassion can make the whole process feel easier. You don't have to actually know what the entire trajectory of your life is going to be. It's a process of self-discovery. Be kind to yourself and eventually you'll find a way. 4. Don't compare your life with others. It's better to wait for the right time than get in a hurry for the sake of peer pressure and following up with the crowd. Being unready and hurrying up is the worst mistake you can make to yourself. You still have a life ahead of you. J.K. Rowling published her first book at the age of 32. After that, her dream career of being a writer and author became successful. As long as you're staying productive and active in achieving your goals, you'll be fine as long as you trust the process. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. You just do what you got to do to stay active. It's the beginning of your world. You're just getting started. If you liked the video today, please like, subscribe, comment and share the video. I'll see you next time.